If you watch the Cajun Cardboard channel, I want you to consider using the PWCC Marketplace. It's a great place to buy sports cards, and you can even support the channel through my affiliate link, which is conveniently located in the YouTube description to this very video you're about to watch. Pause the video, get into the YouTube description, look in the top right of the channel, and you're going to see a link to PWCC. Save that link in your browser, and now you are able to buy sports cards on the PWCC Marketplace just like I do, and at the same time support the Cajun Cardboard channel. Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana, and another mail day today. Today is mail day number 101. You're probably catching this on a Sunday. Saturday, yesterday, was mail day number 100. If you want to catch that one, you're welcome to. I'm about 750 to 800 videos in on this particular Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel, and I have done 101 mail days. So you can do the math. That's about 1 out of every 7 videos being a mail day. I usually release these bad boys on Saturday or Sunday, and sometimes, just depending on how my buying habits are, Saturday and Sunday. Recently, it's been a lot of Jordan. Yesterday and today is going to be exclusively Jordan because we're looking at some of the cards that I picked up at the National. Yesterday was the first half of the cards that I bought at the National. Today is going to be the second half of the cards that I picked up at the National. If you watch my channel, you know I went big game hunting and I struck out. I picked up some great cards, some really cool stuff, and some stuff that's going to be fun to talk about and look at, but I did not pick up any of the Tier 1 or Tier 2 monsters that I was really going to the National looking to pick up. Had a couple of really intense deals that fell through, and then I couldn't trade the 2 big cards that I wanted to trade, so let it be known, my Kobe Red PMG, my Tim Duncan Red PMG, both of those are in the PWCC Premier Auction coming up. I think it starts August 10th. Today is August 9th, so you're going to see this after that PWCC Premier Auction's open. If you're looking to pick up PMG Reds of Kobe or Duncan, I would highly advise you to consider using my affiliate link with PWCC, which you'll sometimes hear about in my videos. If you go into my YouTube description, click the link in the top right that says PWCC, save that as your access to PWCC. Then every time you go into PWCC, if you go in under that saved favorites affiliate link for PWCC and you buy, you'll be supporting the Cajun Cardboard channel. I'll get a little piece of PWCC's money in exchange for steering some people and some good folks that watch this channel over to the PWCC platform to buy and sell. Obviously, if you're selling, use the promo code Cajun, C-A-J-U-N. It's definitely a place where you should consider just shipping your cards and putting them in the weekly auction, especially if it's the type of cards you don't want to mess with, you don't want to sort of micromanage, and you don't want to handle all the listings and all of the shipping and all the returns and all the unpaid buyers and go through all the stuff that goes with eBay. Send it over to PWCC. You're going to net about the same amount of money, and if you use the promo code Cajun, C-A-J-U-N, every card that you sell on the PWCC platform, whether it's Premier, Weekly, or the Fixed Price Marketplace, some of that money comes out of PWCC's pocket and actually comes to support my channel, which I try to keep ad-free and subscription-free. So that's kind of my plan for the time being on how to monetize the channel without being too penalizing, as they say. Anyway, let's get you cranking. Obviously, all my mail days feature my PWCC vault. I create a shareable link so I can show these high-def images front and back to you guys. This is mail day number 101. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. Let's get cranking. The first one is a baby. I picked it up on my way out of the National for 50 bucks. It's a 1995 Topps Gallery Expressionist. I just thought it was a good-looking card. I don't know if Jordan is pissed off because he's got to call a timeout because his troops can't get the job done, or if he's saying somebody needs to get a T because they're putting hands on me and fouling me every time I touch the ball. But this is 1995 Topps Gallery. It is the Expressionists insert, and very inexpensive card. I think I paid $50 cash for this card on the way out the door. You guys know I don't just collect the high, big dog Jordan stuff. I collect the low stuff and the low grade stuff as well. I just thought this was a good looking card. I really like this Topps Gallery set. I don't know too much about it. I need to do a little bit more research and educate myself on it. But when I saw this card, it was a PSA 8 that I didn't have. I thought it was a good looking card. I decided to snatch it up, and you can see some whitening on the corners and on the edges, and that's, you know, especially that bottom right corner. No question about it. Inescapable, unmistakable. That's why it's PSA 8. Next is the net set. So a little bit off the radar, right? Skybox Premium is famous for many, many fantastic inserts from the 90s. Net set sort of takes a back seat to most of them. Real condition sensitive card, great looking back of the card as well. This is the 1996 Skybox Premium net set insert. We've talked about it, I believe, in tier 4 on the MJ Hierarchy project. Double check me on that. But if we haven't talked about it, we're going to. I'm sorry, I've done so many videos, I can't remember. I do sort of remember what cards are included, but sometimes I get tier 3, tier 4 mixed up, and sometimes I can't remember if we've done the episode or not done the episode, because I'm always talking about different Jordan cards on different episodes. And so this is the net set from Skybox Premium. This is a card that I've sort of stacked, and so let me show you. I've got an 8, an 8, and a 9. It's a tough card to gem. There are only 9 gems. This is the population report. Check this out, guys. You're talking about a card that I think is a 1 in 960 pack odds. There are 20 net set players, right, in the insert set. And I'm on Trading Card Database, and if you look at net set, so it's 20 times 48. Yeah, so 1 in 960 Series 2 pack odds to pull this particular Jordan card. And obviously, the odds are when you pull it, it ain't going to be a PSA 10, as you can see from the PSA Pop Report. Only 9 out of the 133 have been graded. To be honest with you, I thought 133 is a really small number to have been graded by PSA. I didn't pull up Beckett. I'm sure Beckett's graded a good chunk of them as well. The earlier year inserts, Beckett tended to grade a lot more of those because back then Beckett was king and top dog, and so a lot of people were sending these Jordan inserts to Beckett as well. So I don't want you to think only 133 have been graded. That's just PSA. But 1 in 960 pack odds, a pretty tough little card. Anytime you push 1,000 on pack odds, you're not talking about, you know, an everyday card that's real easy to go pick up and find. The PSA 8, I picked up an 8 and a 9 at the National, which you're about to see. You know, here is the 8, here is the 9. The 9's a little more expensive than the 8. The 8's pretty easy to come by. If we look at the pack odds, you know, it looks like almost, you know, 90, right at 90% of them grade PSA 8 or PSA 9. 7's an outlier, and 10 certainly is an outlier with about a 6% gem rate. Tough card to gem, but looking at prices, the last 8 sold for $240. Somebody scooped one for $180. The PSA 9 pushed $480 in April. The PSA 7, you dip into the 2 figures, so you can pick those up for under $100. Another 9 here for $485. So it looks like 9's a pretty consistent $475, $480. The PSA 8's just finding its place, and it just depends on the condition of the card. Anywhere from $150 to $250, it looks like. Maybe $140, $125. 137. Of course, that's going back to February. We know Jordan cards are moving a little bit as we speak right now. So PSA 8, PSA 9, those are kind of the options. If you're lucky enough to stumble upon a PSA 10, it's probably a big number. I didn't even look. Let's look together. Here we go. The last PSA 10 sold in 2020 for $1,860. Card Ladder thinks it'd be about $2,500 today. I don't disagree. That's tough. It's just a tough guess because it hadn't sold in so long. But yeah, $1,860 is the highest any net set card has ever sold for. Pretty cool. Moving along, that's my net set family, 2 8s and a 9. And the Super Boss. So I picked up another Super Boss PSA 8, and y'all are going to laugh at me. We just happened to look at a couple of cards that I do stack multiple copies of. I don't do this with very many Jordan cards because I like to add to the PC cards I don't have. So I like to acquire unique Jordans that are new to my PC. But sometimes if I think a card is a little bit on the undervalued side, based on the pack odds, based on the aesthetics, based on everything else, I will snag a few. This Super Boss is different than the Boss. It's a little bit darker wood in the background. The regular Boss you'll see right here. That's what the regular Boss card looks like. That's what a PSA 8 Boss looks like. You'll notice the wood is a little bit more yellow. You'll notice that there's no super word imposed or embossed on top of, right here you'll see the word super, so that's another way you can tell Super Boss, but really the color of the card makes it blatantly obvious what's Boss and what's Super Boss. But I do have an entire family of Boss and Super Bosses, and here is what they look like on my list. I've got, come on. Super Boss PSA 8, Super Boss PSA 8, Super Boss PSA 8. So 3 copies of the PSA 8 Super Boss. And then I have got, and I think those are 1 in 720 pack odds, if I'm not mistaken. And then I think the regular Boss is 1 in 120 pack odds. I think that's right. In fact, I think I got it pulled up. Oh, I do. Okay, good. Yeah. So there's 20 of them in there, and it's 1 in 6. And so, yes, the Bosses are 1 in 120 packs, and the Super Bosses are 1 in 720 packs. So a little bit steeper, right? The Super Boss is a little more condition sensitive, tougher to find. I do have a PSA 10 of the regular Boss right there. But again, the Super Boss is really the one I'm looking for. I still need to pick up the PSA 10 of that Super Boss. And when I do that, now my family's complete. I'll have a 10 Super, a 10 regular, an 8 Super, and an 8 regular, and then a bunch of duplicates behind those guys, as you can see, that I have stacked. So 6 total right there. Moving along, not much to see there. And again, the price of those, the Bosses are not expensive at all. Even the PSA 10 is a little bit cheaper than I thought. Here's a card I wasn't familiar with in any way, shape, or form. It's the 1998 Topps Chrome back-to-back insert. It's card number B1. It's Topps Chrome. You know, it's got back printed in backwards lettering on the front half, and then on the other half, it's back the right way. The back of it's cool looking, and you can see again how it's printed on there. A tough card to gem for sure, especially because of the darkness of the back. It's black everywhere, 4 corners black, 4 edges black. Pretty good looking chrome insert card there. It looks like, if I had to guess, who is that? I am going to say that is, who is that? Last name ends in ILL. It makes me think Hill, but it doesn't look like Grant Hill. It's from 1998. I guess it could be Grant Hill, because I think he was number 33. I should know this stuff, but I don't know. Who is that contesting Jordan's shot? Or not really contesting, but sort of near Jordan. Anyway, Topps Chrome back-to-back PSA 10s. The next pickup on this mail day, if we keep on cranking. This is the one that I was really happy about at the National, and I thought I got a great deal, but let me show you what happened, okay? So I think the National was, what, the last week of July, something like that, July 23rd through 30th, or I don't know, whatever, 2 weekends ago or whatever it was. I did not have the Topps Archives gold. The way you can tell it's gold is it's stamped right here with a gold stamp that says Topps Archives and then a gold foil emblazoned ball right there. That's the difference between the gold and the normal Topps Archives. I have got this pulled up as well. I am complete here. So I've got the regular PSA 10, and here you go. You'll see there's no gold ball right there. There's no gold Topps Archives. So that's what the base looks like. And then, of course, the golds. I've got the gold 8, the gold 10. I've got the base 8, the base 10. So I'm done there. That family's complete. I am no longer looking for any more 1992 Topps Archives cards. I do have this guy pulled up, and I picked it up, I remember, for $1,400 at the National. And I remember thinking, that's pretty good. That's about a little bit less than comp. So I felt really good handing over 14 $100 bills, because at the time, you know, the last one had sold for $14.95. Let me zoom out a little bit more, actually, because I think there was a couple of comps before this. Yeah, so you'll look. This is what I was dealing with. This comp is new, $11.50, and so very surprised that the card went down when other Jordan PSA 10s are actually going up, and going up pretty substantially. This is a Pop 104 card in PSA 10. We're talking about the gold, of course. So it went $11.50, and this is all in 2023. $1,300, $1,548, $14.95. So these are the two comps I was working off of, and I was happy to pick it up for $1,400. I thought that was a great steal, and then this comp came behind me and made me look like an idiot for $11.50. So again, Cajun Eternity, I'm not looking to move this card anytime soon. I am not worried about this card being worth less than $1,400 5 years from now. I know it to be the case that it very likely will not be. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But you can see a PSA 9 is super affordable at $180. PSA 8's $100, right? Most of the cards grade PSA 9. These cards actually grade really well. There's a 12% gem rate for PSA, a 30% gem rate for Beckett. PSA 10s is a Pop 104. Not a big number, man. I mean, 100 is kind of that threshold where a card goes from being high pop to low pop, at least as far as Jordan collectors go. So happy to pick that one up for $1,400. And then watch this, 2 cards in a row. They're going to look the same, but they're not the same. So the first one is the 97 Bowman's Best T2 Techniques Refractor PSA 8. Okay, so that's the refractor version, PSA 8. And then you guys know I've crossed over that threshold where I'm now okay putting PSA 9s and BGS 9s in my collection because I did it at the National. I took that plunge, and so I'm no longer PSA 8s and 10s. It's something that I've come to grips with, and I was like, my OCD, I just need to synthesize this. I just need to chase the cards in the best condition that I can possibly find them and be okay looking in the mirror and dealing with that. And here's the Atomic PSA 9. So much different pattern in the background. Hard to tell in 2D. If you watch the Jordan Hierarchy Project, you'll see this card for sure in the Atomic refractor variation, but you won't see it in the regular refractor variation, despite the fact it's clearly, it belongs in that Michael Jordan Hierarchy, but it falls under that all-for-one rule. But I picked up the Atomic in a PSA 9 for the techniques, and I picked up the regular in a PSA 8 for the techniques. And so 2 good pickups there at the National. I got good prices on both those cards. And then the next to last card, I believe, is another copy of the net set. Like I said, I picked up an 8 and a 9 at the National. I already had an 8 in my vault. As you saw right here, there's my 3 net sets. I'm still chasing the elusive PSA 10. If anybody's got a lead on one, let me know. I'd be happy to buy it as long as the price is relatively reasonable. But the net set PSA 9 right there, we've talked about enough. And then lastly, y'all are going to laugh your ass off. And this is just typical Cajun Cardboard. This is typical Brian. Somebody messaged me. I didn't have my spreadsheets in front of me. You guys know me. I'm a spreadsheet guy. I'm always showing you Excel spreadsheets and Google Sheets and crap like that. So this is the subset of the 1986 Star. It's a 10-card Michael Jordan set. Every single card in the team bag was Michael Jordan, 1 through 10. All of them had a name or a description at the bottom, 85 Rookie of the Year, the future, checklist, whatever, okay? So this is card number 6 in the set. I did not have my spreadsheet in front of me. I thought I needed card number 6, and I was the only one I had left. I thought I had all 10 except for card number 6 in this subset, and I'm collecting that set in a BGS 8.5 condition only. That's it. And so one of my good viewers of the channel reached out and said, hey, you may want to come over to booth number blah, blah, blah. They have, I think the card you're looking for is the 1986 subset card number 6. They've got it here, 8.5. You might be able to work a deal with this guy. And so I run over there across the showroom floor. Of course, my guy had been gone. I checked the message. It was an hour, it was from an hour before. So my friend was gone. My viewer on the channel was gone. But I rolled up, and sure enough, he had this card. This is number 6 in the subset. And so we negotiated a price. I picked the card up. I was like, damn, that's a good feeling. I put the whole subset to bed. Now I'm 1 through 10 lock solid. I got back to Baton Rouge and I realized I don't need card number 6. I need card number 4. So now I have 2 card number 6s. And so now I have moved this over. I'm going to take a loss probably. I moved this over into the PWCC Weekly. If you're interested in this card, it's in the PWCC Weekly coming up. I guess it's weekly number 82 or 83, I guess maybe next week. I don't know. But I'm moving it over, and just get the funds back in PWCC and rinse and repeat and buy a different Jordan. I made a mistake. I am still looking for subset card number 4. It's not card number 6. Shame on me for not at least taking a picture of my spreadsheets of the sets that I'm chasing and what cards I still need, but big mistake there. Oh well. It was actually a pretty decent price too, so we got a deal done. The interesting thing about it was I bought it from Steve Taft himself, the guy that did the Star Company cards. That was the guy that did Star Company, and so he was working his own booth, and he had this one available. We got to talking a little bit, and I had a nice little conversation with him about history of the Star Company and what he's doing and how he got there and all that stuff that goes with it. I didn't ask him any of the tough questions that you guys are probably wondering the answers to, because I didn't think it was appropriate. We were at the National, and we were just a dealer and a buyer just getting a deal done. So we did have a mutual friend in common and got to talk a little bit about a story in the hobby that we were both intimately familiar with. But that's it, guys. And so that's the last card on the list. Going back to the list, that's it for mail day number 101. A Baby Topps Gallery card, a couple of net sets, an 8 and a 9, still looking for the elusive 10. The Super Boss picked up another 8 copies, so that makes 3 8 copies of the Super Boss. Tough pack odds there, 1 in 720. Still looking for the PSA 10 for the Super Boss as well. The back-to-back PSA 10, put that one to bed. That would be a card that would look really good in a refractor. Too bad they didn't do it. The Topps Archives, I am now done, and I can put that one to bed. My OCD is satiated and satisfied, and I've got the 8 and the 10 in base and the gold. The Atomic Refractors, the Atomic Refractor 9, the base Refractor 8, got those, still looking for 10s. The net set that we just talked about, and then accidentally picked up a duplicate copy because I'm an idiot from Louisiana, and I am looking to move that number 6 subset Jordan card, BGS 8.5. That's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. If you like PWCC, you like the way the vault works and the way you can kind of interact and share your collection the way that I do, I've gotten to the point where I prefer to buy cards and sell cards on PWCC PWCC Weekly and Premier Auctions. For me, the interface is easy. It's easy to use. It's digestible. It's understandable. When I buy a card, it is immediately in my vault, and I can immediately share it with you, and I don't have to worry about safety and security and shipping and non-payers and stuff like that. So if it's something you're interested in, go into my YouTube description. You can support this channel. I don't charge subscription fees. I don't take the money from YouTube. You don't get any commercials in the middle of my videos. We just talk about basketball, and we talk about basketball cards start to finish, and I do it at a pretty rapid pace in a pretty funny Southern dialect. If you want to support the channel and with no money coming out of your pocket, check out my YouTube description. You can buy and sell cards on the PWCC platform and support me by using the affiliate link and my promo code Cajun, all caps CAJUN. If you have any questions about it, I'm so easy to find on Instagram. Just message me. I'd be happy to teach you how to do it and how to support the Cajun Cardboard channel on PWCC. Is that the only place I buy? Absolutely not. I've been doing hella damage on eBay over the past week. I've picked up some great cards. You'll probably see them in mail day number 102 or 103 if I had to guess, when they do hit my vault and get uploaded. And so stay tuned and keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby. And peace.